That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Now don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer. What's the rest? I already pulled up. I just had it too. I was just, okay. Cause the judge in town's got bloodstains on his hands. Sing it with me now. What if I was a singer? I would literally do that on stage. I used to have dreams I would do that. Okay. That's what I opened it up with. Reba McEntire's Virgin. Oh my god, it's the subway incident all over again. Virgin. I have a problem. I keep saying virgin. And look, is it like Freudian slip? God. Okay. Reba McEntire's version of The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. Such a good song. My mom put me onto that because my mom literally crafted my music taste like with the with the palm of her hand. What? That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, y'all. I've been really into my country roots as of recent. I've been listening to a lot of country music, and I've been so into it. Yesterday, I was in the car, and my mom was playing a country playlist, and one of the songs came on. It was Crash and Burn by Thomas Rhett. I love that song. And it came on, and I was like, oh my god, I love this song. And she goes, let's see what else is on this playlist. Boom, skips it. Heart sank out of my butt, dude. Hated that. My mom does that. My mom is literally the queen of, if you like a song, she's gonna be like, this happened one time, I kid you not. We were in the car, Golden by Harry Styles was playing, and it got to the part, it was the bridge, the best part, and I was like, oh my god, I love this part. And I'm singing As It Was. Yes, so good. And then it goes to the bridge. I was like, oh my god, this is my favorite part. And she turns the volume down. She goes, so how was your day? Tell me about it. And I was like, oh. Now my day's bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Okay, guys. This is the question episode. I like to do one of those every season where I have you guys send me in questions to answer. But I gotta be honest with you guys. Usually I'll throw it in if my life's going kind of, boring and I don't really have stuff to talk about. So I throw in the question episode. That's kind of been what it's there for. But guys, and also it makes me feel famous when you guys throw in or ask me questions. But guys, when I said I was going to do like a questions episode, it was like I jinxed myself because then immediately interesting stuff started happening in my life. Oh, and also I know the sign is not changed. 3rd episode in a row. I'm sorry. It's only because I would have rather been shot than have gotten all the letters. I have to change that. Usually it's my sister's job, but to be fair, it is 4:19 a.m. and she is asleep. So I'll be honest, this one's on me. Anyway, oh, my wrist is hurting. Oh my god. When will the suffering end? Anyway, so I'm like in a really good mood tonight. Hey you guys, Editing Beth here. I just wanted to interject and say, I know this is the questions episode, but I made a faux pas. I completely underestimated the amount of questions that I was going to receive. I didn't realize I asked you guys 4 separate times to submit questions, and because I did that, I got literally so many questions. I got so many questions, and I actually answered most of them in here, but when I did that, the episode was like 2 hours long, and I just can't do that to you guys. Like, I just can't. So, and I didn't get to, like, every single one of them. So, if your question is not in here, I try to do one of these episodes every season. And also, every once in a while on my Instagram, I'll have you guys ask me questions just for fun. So, if I did not answer your question, there will be more opportunities for me to answer the questions you have. I just, sometimes I like to do that. It makes me feel famous. So, I just want to say that because, honestly, I feel bad if I don't answer someone's question. It makes me feel bad. I tried my best. And also, you probably will see this in the episode too. I think I dropped some of them, like, in the floor and then didn't realize. So, oops. Love you guys. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. This is the questions episode, but all of a sudden, interesting stuff started happening to me, and so now I have some stuff I have to tell you. I'll try to get through it quickly, so I can get to y'all's questions. But I have to tell you guys what happened. Okay, Panda Express on my college campus. I have a crush. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened. As we know, I love Panda Express. Do I really like the food that much? No. But I love a fortune cookie. I love a fortune cookie. If you're going to tell me my fortune, I'm excited. Speaking of which, I just got Chinese food earlier tonight for dinner. And I, of course, took everyone's fortune cookie. And I opened the third one. No fortune in it. I was utterly let down. It was supposed to be my dad's fortune cookie, but he was asleep, so I was like, mine, but not mine, because there was no fortune in it. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. That's why these episodes go on and on forever. It's because I go on side tangents like crazy. People are probably concerned. I don't care. I do care. Anyway, what's I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, Crush at Panda Express. Okay, so here's what went down. I go to Panda Express quite frequently out on my college campus. It's usually what I do for dinner. Not always, but a lot of the time it's what I do. I get I'll tell you what I get. If they have it, because dinner is crazy at my college campus. They do a thing. It doesn't even matter. It's not relevant to the story. But what I get is I get some chicken teriyaki. Teriyaki chicken. Chicken teriyaki. You know what I mean. Anyway, I get teriyaki chicken and white rice or the super greens. That's what I get. Sometimes all three if I'm feeling spicy. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I know I love to eat, but I can never finish a plate at Panda Express ever. I can't. Anyway, that's not even the point of the story. The point is I have a crush at Panda Express. I'll tell you what happened. Every time I tell you what happened, I don't say it. I'm so awful. I should literally not have a podcast. I'm over here like I'm a storyteller. No, you're a story avoider. You don't talk about squat. I'm bringing this bad boy back. Yeah. I found it in my bedroom with liquid in it that had been in there for God knows how long. Clean that. I'm not drinking that liquid. I'm drinking another. I cleaned it. Because I am so neat and tidy. Never walk into my bedroom. You will literally pass out. It's filthy. Anyway. So, I went to Panda Express one night for dinner. I'm feeling froggy. I'm just like, let me get my food. And I should put that on a shirt. I'm feeling froggy. Anyway, and I go through the line, whatever. And there's this guy. He's the cashier. Now, I'll be honest. Had I noticed that he had nice arms beforehand? Yes. For a few weeks now, I have noticed that this cashier had nice arms. And I'll be honest. I get it from my mother. She's an arms girl. I'm an arms girl too. I like nice arms. And this guy, he had nice arms. And I've noticed that. And so, that piqued my interest. Piqued. Is that how you spell that? Yeah, piqued. That's the right one. There's 3 different kinds of peaks. Anyway, I go through the line this night, and this night's different because when I get to the cashier, you know how Panda Express is. You kind of go through the line. It's like Subway, which God, I hate going to Subway. It's so nerve-wracking. Well, and now the people at Subway know I'm a virgin. We know what happened that one time. Whatever. If you don't know what I'm talking about with Subway, I highly suggest you go watch episode 3, Beth Wanted a Little Mayo from season 1. That will clear a lot of things up with my beef with Subway. It's not really a beef. They probably have beef with me, but go watch that. That will clear a lot of things up around my situation at Subway. I get up there to pay, and the guy, he looks confused. I need to give him a name. Benny. I'll give him a name. It's Benny. Benny looks a little confused. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yep. They just walked out the door. And I was like, what? T. Oh my God, who just walked out the door? And he was like, yeah, they had 32 cents left on their card. He's talking about the person who was in front of me. They had 32 cents left on their card. And they just walked without paying because they couldn't afford it. And I was like, oh my God, this is literally tea. This is tea. I'm being let in on the tea. This never happens. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. And you know what he does? He knows that this person couldn't afford it. So here's what he does. He doesn't report them for leaving, for stealing it. He doesn't report them. He gets out his own money and he pays for it himself. I thought that was the sweetest thing. I genuinely did. I thought that was the sweetest thing. And then immediately I was in love with him. Yeah. And so I need him bad, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is the case. I need him bad. And I will be going to Panda Express even more now. So, that can't be good for anybody, but that's kind of the state I'm at right now. I know, it's really sad, but it is the case. Unfortunately, when you are this down bad, you make stupid decisions, and the stupid decision is I am going to be going to Panda Express more, and my intestines are going to suffer, but you know what? You do what you have to do for love. Anyway, he doesn't know I exist. I actually went again the other day after the fact, and yeah, so he actually has no interest in me at all. And well, maybe it's because when he said, cash your card, I went and handed him my card. That might have really done it in. So, that was the real nail in the coffin where he was like, I don't want her. So, there's that information. What happened to my camera just then? I felt a shift. What happened? You know what? I can't focus on that right now. Oh yeah, okay. Ow! I'm gonna have to, what's wrong with my, arthritis is kicking my butt, and I know what you're thinking, Beth, you're 19, what do you mean you have arthritis? I don't know. Anyway, I got some new studio items. Now, I cannot promise that these will stay here forever, because I'll just be honest, these Calico Critters behind me, they're leaving with me going back to the dorm, because that's where I keep my Calico Critter collection. Anyway, but here's what I got. Okay. So, this is like the coolest thing. I have to show you first. I made a video about this because I literally couldn't wait. But I have to show you. Look what I got. This was a find I found at Peddlers Mall. And it was literally hidden away. I do not know how I found it. It was like shoved behind a bunch of stuff hidden, but you know I'm going to find it if it has a tomato on it. It's literally a bug. It's a Beetle car, a Volkswagen Beetle, and it's red gold tomatoes. Literally, what does that even mean? Why would this even be a thing? But it is, and I found it. And not even just that. I have no money, which is the really fun part about all of this. I have no money. So I was like, I want that so bad. I would literally lay on train tracks for it. What do I need to do? And she's like, the lady who ran the booth, if you know how Peddlers Mall works, there's like a bunch of booths. It's like a flea market indoors, and it's open all the time. She was like, I'll mark down the price for you. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It was $26. She took it to $20. And I was like, mine. And guess what? I still didn't even buy it. My dad bought it. Well, my sister bought it because I was like, I am not going to be able to afford groceries if I buy it. And she's like, I'll buy it. And so she bought it for me. And then my dad was like, paid my sister back the money that she spent on it. So I don't really know who bought it in the end, but it's mine and it's in my hands. And yay me. This is literally the coolest thing ever. And I know you're thinking, Beth, that's probably a collector's item. And it is. It says on the butt, there was only 3,996 made. And this is 3,952 of all of those. So I think it is a collector's item, and I should probably take really good care of it. But I didn't. Actually, there was a bunch of the tomato on top was scratched out, and guess who fixed it? Me! I fixed it. I color corrected it pretty well. Bet you can't even tell. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm really amazing. But keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants. I know I'm amazing. Anyway, so I found that literally the coolest thing ever. I was like, I gotta be honest, when I saw that, cream my pants. It was the coolest thing ever. So then today, I was like feeling froggy, and so I was like, what do I need to do with my money today? Because I just got paid yesterday. I don't have a job. I get a weekly allowance for groceries, but I had some extra money, and so I was like itching to spend something, right? So what was I talking about? Okay, I begged my dad to take me to Cracker Barrel. Why do I want to go to Cracker Barrel, you ask? Well, if you don't know what a Cracker Barrel is, it's basically like Southern country cooking, you know? Like the kind of food your grandma might make. Just Southern cooking, home cooking, that kind of food. And that's the kind of food they make, but that's not why I wanted to go. If you don't know this, Cracker Barrels, yeah, they serve that food, but they also have a pretty huge gift shop. Okay, and it's not just they're selling Cracker Barrel memorabilia, or paraphernalia, or memorabilia is the right word. Anyway, that would be how I collect tomato things. memorabilia would be from a certain brand. Trixie Mattel explained this once. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Cracker Barrel has a huge gift shop. And I was like, Daddy, take me to Cracker Barrel. I need to go to the gift shop. Why do I need to go to the gift shop, you ask? Well, recently, as my mother found out, because she went there one morning after work with a friend, they have started selling Calico Critters in the gift shop. And I was like, yes! Because in my town, they don't sell Calico Critters anywhere. I have to leave town to go get them. I know what you're thinking. Beth, why are you collecting Calico Critters? You're almost 20. And here's what I tell you. Mind your business. And Calico Critter, if you're listening, contact me, girl, for like a sponsorship or like ambassador stuff, please. Because here's the thing. They say that the Calico Critters are for children. Not anymore. Calico Critters have become a huge thing for my crowd, for the Gen Zers, okay? Listen, I have a vision that you are just not ready for, okay? If you want to start selling Calico Critters, get behind me, girl. I know it. Anyway, they started selling Calico Critters at Cracker Barrel, and so I begged my dad to take me today. Because here's the thing. You guys know I collect Calico Critters, but all I have are baby Calico Critters. I only have the babies, only. I only have babies. I don't know why that is. That's just kind of how the cards fell, right? I only have babies, so I was like, I'm going to go to Cracker Barrel today, and I'm going to get a family. I'm going to get a mama! And so that's what I did. I got this little cat family, and you can see it. I'll put a photo up. So this one's kind of like my dad. That's me, because I'm the youngest. The one beside me is my sister, and then that would be my mom. Get into that for a minute. Guys, can you be honest? Do I give younger sibling energy? I think I do. Anyway, here's what else I got. So, my nose is stuffy. I'm sorry. I got this little pepper. It's a salt shaker. I collect salt shakers and stuff. It's a little salt shaker. It's a pepper. I didn't get like the pear with it, but these were only 99 cents a pop. If you're near a Cracker Barrel, hit that place up. They're selling salt shakers for 99 cents a pop. And then I got 2 of these to make a pair of boots. They're little boot salt shakers, salt and pepper shakers. And they're... What's that sound? Do you guys hear that? I gotta be honest. That's terrifying. What time is it? Okay, my dad should be waking up soon to go to work, and that was terrifying. If you guys don't know this, I record in the garage. That's where the studio is, and right behind me is the garage door, and like right behind that garage door, I hear like some sounds that are like terrifying. Suburb life. I hate this. Anyway, God, I'm so terrified right now. I got these little boots. Aren't they literally the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life? They're little ladybug boots. I'm just like, whoever designed these, so smart. Like, you knew I was coming. Aren't those so cute? I swear to God, they're like these little, when I was really, really, really little, like 6 years old. I guess that's not really, really little, but you know what I mean. When I was little, like 6 years old, I got these. I've been a Peddlers mall goer for a long time, since way back. And I went there once, and I got these shoes. They were like, the material of rain boots, but they were kind of like the shape of Crocs without the holes. So, clogs. They were like clogs, but, they were like the material of rain boots, and they were of like these little bugs. Kind of like, they kind of had the same colors as the Hungry Caterpillar, but they were like just bugs. And they were shoes, and I wore them, and I loved them. And that's what those remind me of. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, that's what I got at Cracker Barrel. Now time for your questions. Okay, so you guys sent me in a bunch of questions, and I gotta be honest with you. I didn't realize the amount of times that I had asked you guys to send me in questions the past 2 weeks. 4 times. I did that 4 times. I thought I had done it at max twice, and so I got in way more questions than I thought. Like, way more. Like, I really underestimated it, like, heavily. So, we're going to try to get through as many as I can. I put them in eggs because Easter, and I like to be festive. I like to do special things for you guys. I got this all at CVS. Thank you to my mommy who bought it for me. And she bought my allergy medicine that I guess I really need it. My nose is stuffy. I just took it. My nose is so stuffy right now. I don't know what's up. All of the medicine was so expensive. I was like, this is crazy. Anyway, let's get to your questions. Where should I put these when I'm done? I guess I'll just put them beside me. Okay. Question number 1. What has been your most fun and interesting encounter at uni? Okay, so university. I'm in college. So, my most interesting encounter, I'll tell you. This is actually interesting. Okay. This isn't fun. This was kind of scary. It was interesting. You guys will probably be really pleased with it. When I kind of first started the podcast, of course, how I posted about it and algorithm stuff, how that works is it will kind of target the people you're around, like your area first, and then spread out. So when I first started the podcast and I was posting videos and stuff, and especially when I had my first viral video, it hit the people on my college campus first, and it started making the rounds, just the podcast as a whole, and the people in my dorm found out about it, all of the RAs. So my RA, apparently there was this thing, and all the RAs met up. I guess they were having a meeting or something, or they were having some kind of event, and they started talking about my podcast. I wasn't there, but this is supposedly what went down. They started talking about my podcast, and they did kind of a watch party for the podcast. I wasn't there for it, and it was so weird. And I didn't find out about all of this until I met with my RA at the time. Not my RA now. I love my RA now. She's cool. But my RA at the time, when I was a freshman, I had to meet with her, and she told me, she's a really nice person, but she told me that had happened, and then she told me that she was telling people where I lived and doxed me. And so a bunch of people found out where I lived, and I was like, I'm not even famous, but she was telling people my address, and she's like, yeah, I'm her RA. And she's like, yeah, I know where she lives, and was telling people where I lived, and she told me she did that, and I was like, no, imagine you telling them, to my face, you're saying that you doxed me, and I just have to be there what? That was crazy. That's one thing crazy that happened. There's so many things, though, that, genuinely, being in college is so crazy. It really is one of those things that you experience a lot, and you learn about a lot of different kinds of people. Recently, a lot of crazy stuff's went down, but you'll have to hear about that in the years to come. What else? There's so many things, man. What's a fun one? Most fun thing at uni. Okay. Well, here's a fun one. Earlier this year, Flo Rida came to my college campus and did a concert. And I had we have this really cool area on my campus. It's basically a huge ditch. And we have seating in there, and that's where he played. And he put on a really good show. And he walked through the crowd, and I got really close to him. I was this far away from Flo Rida. Yeah, I had a really good view. That was really fun. He puts on a really good show, and he seemed like he was genuinely happy to be there. And I'll tell you this, I posted about having gone to that on my Instagram. He reposted me and my sister to his story. Flo Rida, you have my heart. Anyway, what else? Man, there's a lot of interesting things. There's just most of them I've spoke about on here before. Anyway, some of them have 2 questions in them because I didn't have enough eggs. Okay. Who do you want to be when you grow up? My sister asked that. Who do I want to be? I guess I'll take this seriously. I want to be someone kind. I want to be someone really, really smart and intelligent, because those are synonymous with each other, so it was really redundant to say that, so I guess I'm neither. I want to be someone who helps people. Something I want to do when I grow up is I want to help help charities, and I want to help stop book deserts, and make sure people have access to books and literature, and make sure that people can read the books that they want to read and have ample amount of just a lot of access to that, because I think a lot of people don't have access to literature.
Um, I want to help people afford college. I want to have like my own scholarship and so people can like help afford college. Yeah, that's the kind of person I want to be. I want to help people. Oh, I just ruined this whole egg. Oh my god. Next question. My nose is stuffy. What's your ideal love trope you want to find love in? Okay. So you want to know. Just say you're in love with me. Just say you're in love with me. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh. The Glee version of that. Yeah, the Glee version of that. Get into it. Anyway, so my ideal love trope. Okay, seriously, I love to read about enemies to lovers, but I'm gonna be completely honest. If that were to happen to me in real life and someone was mean to me, I'd be like, I would hate it. Anytime, I'm so sensitive. If someone's mean to me, I'm like, don't stop. That's why like all my friendships end. They like could make like a meaningless little jab at me, like to mess with me, and I'm like, we are not friends anymore. I can't take it when people are mean to me. So I think my ideal one would be like friends to lovers. I think I would really like that. Imagine me in a friends to lovers. Oh my god. Who wants me? Be honest. Let's be friends and then become lovers. Yeah, that's what I want to be, because I think the best thing is when you're like friends with someone and then you fall in love. I mean, come on, when you're watching a TV show and there's always those one friend and like you want them to get together. Come on, you know that's always the best one. Come on. Next one. Oh, I just broke this egg. No, wait, this was the one that was already broken. Good thing we cleared that up. The world would have ended. Top 3 cheeses now. I know when you asked me that question, you wanted it to be a joke. Little do you know that I keep a list of my favorite cheeses, and I've done it for years. Favorite cheeses? Okay, and your luck. I only have 3 on there. I have a hair on me. Okay, now, I'm not going to say that I can say these names correctly because apparently cheeses have really complicated names. So, my favorite cheese, Merlot Bellavitano. That's my one. And then I also like the pumpkin spice Merlot Bellavitano. I like both of those. And I also like Murray's Young Manchego. I really like those cheeses. There's this one thing. It's like Sargento. They have these little like pack things where you can have like a bunch of nuts, some dried raspberries, and some cheese. I love those. Or when you have it with the Ritz crackers. Ooh, I love a Ritz cracker. I love a Ritz cracker. I love cheese a lot. I really do. It's funny that you asked that question. I don't think anyone knows that. My nose is so stuffy, I feel like I can't talk. No, I don't think people know how much I love cheese. I really love cheese. I really like the Merlot Bellavitano because I go to Kroger in their cheese section. Yeah, I'm hitting it up. I love that stuff. I go to the cheese section, then boom, I beeline it to the cake section. You think I'm a rookie at this? You think I'm a rookie at the Kroger game? And my mom calls it Kroger's. Yeah, I know all about it. What's your major? I got that a few times. People are like, what are you studying? What's your major? Public relations. I know, boring, but whatever. It's public My mom just sent me a TikTok. It's public relations. I was in broadcasting and electronic media, which is like bootleg film school, which is what they advertised it to me as, but it actually was just journalism with a funny name. And I'll be honest, I don't really want to be a journalist. And by the way, fun fact, you can be a journalist with a PR degree. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Journalism, news writing, is done in AP style. What's AP style? Associated Press. Press releases, which is what you do in PR, are also Associated Press. That's the style they're written in. So, if you want to be a journalist, you could do it with a PR degree. But the thing is, I don't even want to be a journalist. So, whatever. That's just a fun fact. Anyway. But I'm in PR because you can do social media with PR. And you can do... Actually, PR is really versatile, but whatever. You can do social media with PR, and I already do that, basically. So, I figured they kind of go hand in hand. And also, when I am big time famous, you know... I'm already big. I just need the famous part. So, people can't say that I'm not media trained because I'll have a degree in it. Anyway. Boom, crack the egg. Oh my god. Do I really want to do the effort of bending down to get that? I think I have to. How does it feel being a D1 baddie? I'll be honest. I know that the term D1 is sports related. I think it means good. Like top tier, right? But my question is, why wouldn't it be A1? Because that's a sauce. Okay. How does it feel being a D1 baddie? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Being this hot is hard. You know, there's a lot of pressure that comes with it. I feel like Madison Beer. I love her. She is so gorgeous, but I love her. She has this one song that's like, you make me feel like a teenager in love, or you make me feel like we'll be forever young, and I don't want no one. Something like that. I love that song. That was my song when I was 14. Oh my god, that was my song. Anyway, being this hot is hard. It is. Because, you know, God, I'm getting emotional. When you are this hot and sexy, I'm sorry. It's just like, it is a really emotional topic for me. Being this hot and sexy is, a daily battle because people will look at you and they literally will, like, dang near turn to stone because you're so pretty, and it's just like everyone around me is just like falling to their knees just because they're in awe of me, and it is really hard. It is hard. But you know, I've always wanted to be someone who could you know, just like push past obstacles and be someone that, you know, people can really look up to, as someone who is just so beautiful. Next question. Ooh, this is a golden egg! Oh, there's a lot of questions in here. My bad, y'all. Okay, let's see. I folded that up so much, and for what? Would you give... Oh, I know who asked this one. Would you give a chance to a nice guy that you aren't attracted to and get icky when you see him? Icky? Dang. Okay. Here's the answer to that question. Yes, I would, because honestly, for me, looks have never been like why I was attracted to someone. It's always ever been their personality, but maybe that's just kind of who I am. Maybe it's because I am like this like amazing person sent from God. No, I mean, I would, just because like I think if someone's nice and they treat you well, that's what you want in a relationship. But if you're like having this kind of debate whether or not you should go out with someone because you're not attracted to them and you feel icky when you see them, you're probably just like not attracted to them, period. Like, you probably don't want a relationship with them, right? You might like them as a person, but just because you like someone as a person doesn't mean you want a relationship with them. And so if you're having this kind of conversation with yourself, I think you already know the answer. Like, you probably just don't want to have a romantic relationship with them. Daddy? You scared the crap out of me. Hey, do you hear that sound outside?
Your car running?
Has it been that this whole time?
15 minutes.
Dude, I heard that and I got so scared. I was like, I thought someone was out there, and I guess so, it was you. I was so scared. What's your opinion on this, Daddy? Would you give a chance to a nice guy that you aren't attracted to and get icky when you see him? What's your opinion?
If I was attracted to a nice guy and I get icky every time I get around him.
No, if would you give a chance to a nice guy that you're not attracted to and get icky when you see him? I kind of took it as like, if you're having this conversation, you're probably just not wanting a romantic relationship with them, period.
I ain't been friend zoned.
Yeah, that guy, what's that? Working hands. Oh, tell me your hand's nice and soft.
Yeah, for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Anyway, next question. If you... Oh, wait, I should probably give you some closure on that last one. Okay. So, personally, I would give the guy a chance because looks have never been my thing. I mean, it's a cherry on top, but, like, I think if you like someone, for me, if I like someone, it's never just been because I think they're hot. It's been because I thought they were really nice and funny. That's what makes me attracted to somebody. So if you're having this conversation or this, like, battle thing, oh my God, I don't, like, they're really nice, but, like, I'm not attracted to them at all. Should I give them a chance? Well, you're not attracted to them at all. So, I think it's your thing. But also, you know, maybe you just don't want a relationship, period. You know, that could be it as well. Because if you, that's, like, the only thing you're basing it on is, like, the looks or whatever. Maybe you just don't want that thing. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. Because I know you messaged me to make sure I answered it. But yeah, personally, I would give him a chance. Because I like nice guys. If you could be reincarnated into anything of your choice, what would it be? Please be specific. The please be specific part was funny to me. Anyway, if I could be reincarnated to anything, I honestly, my cat, Buttons. Now, my mom always says that she would as well. That's probably where I got this answer from. But I love him so much. And you know what he does all day? He sleeps and he eats. And my sister loves him so much. And, like, all she does is play with him. And, you know, I want that. I want to be loved as much as my sister loves her cat, Buttons. It's really her cat, if we're being honest. And also, Buttons, the other week, threw up on my couch, by the way. We had to clean that up. Whatever. I want to be reincarnated into my cat, Buttons. Or a ladybug. You want to sound crazy? I know the buzz with that the whole thing is bees. But if we're being completely honest, I like ladybugs. They're my favorite. Like, they're my favorite animal. Ladybugs are animals, right? I made this comment before, and my mom was like, ladybugs are your favorite animal. And I'm like, are they not an animal? And she's like, they're an insect. But aren't insects... Daddy, are insects animals?
No.
What?
They're
This is like that whole battle of is a square a rectangle and rectangle is a square. And I don't understand that either. I almost failed geometry. I got out with an A. So I don't understand that. Oh, you're leaving? I guess that happens when you have a job. I love you. Well, now we have something to ponder on. I love ladybugs. I want to be reincarnated into a ladybug because I really love ladybugs. But yeah. So, and I guess you want to know why. I love ladybugs because they're like, for some reason, they're the only bug that I'm not afraid to touch. And if I see one, like if they're inside, I try to like take them outside so they're not trapped. Because I get so sad. You want to know a funny story? It's not funny. I'm not going to say it. It's sad. Anyway. What is your favorite thing starting a podcast has caused to happen in your life? A lot of things. Honestly, my life is so different now than it was. I guess because it's kind of given me a sense of purpose in a way. You know, I'm not like famous or anything, but I do get recognized sometimes, and that's really cool. It makes me feel famous for sure. So I really like that because that never happened before. I get to like talk to people online, you know, just people who listen. I like to hear what you guys think. I like to hear you guys give me compliments. That's one of my favorite things. Just like having kind of an audience. It's not like that big at the like it's not like a huge audience right now, but like it's like constantly growing. How many times can Beth say like, we'll see? And I think that's cool, just having kind of starting to build a platform a little bit. But I guess maybe my favorite thing is, this is stupid, I love the studio. You know, I constantly have, like, things to do. Just, like, 47 minutes. There's so many eggs in here. I'm so scared right now. I'm actually so scared right now. There's so many eggs in here, and it's been 47 minutes. Oh, well, I do have to account for the fact that, like, for 10 minutes of those, I was trying to figure out. No, that is actually the right time. That's so scary. Okay, well, whatever. Perhaps my favorite thing would be, who am I, girl? Perhaps my favorite thing would be, I guess I kind of feel like I have friends in you guys, and I think that might be my favorite thing. I know that sounds like, I think a lot of times, like, people will be like, it sounds like a really cliche, they'll be like, the fans are my friends, but, like, it kind of is true, though, because I feel like I do share so much about my life on here, and so you guys know a lot about me, but I do feel like I kind of have friends, and I never had friends growing up, So you guys really do feel like my friends, and I love getting to talk to you guys, and I love reading your comments. Like guys, my favorite thing to do is read your comments. I love that. So that's probably it. Probably you guys that would be my favorite thing in starting the podcast. Or wait, will cause to happen in your life? Is that really answering the question? If we're talking about something that happened, it'd probably be recognized. I love that. One time I got recognized and then immediately dropped my phone in some Panda Express. Like, I got recognized, I went to sit down, boom, phone right into the rice. It was crazy. Anyway, I love getting recognized, but I love reading your all's comments. I love you guys. That's the best part about having done all this. Favorite book? Girl, do you even know me at all? You know it's Jane Eyre. I love Jane Eyre. I'm not even going to get into it because every time I do, I talk about it for like 15 minutes. But I love Jane Eyre. That's my favorite book. What is your favorite Pinterest board you've made? Okay. The person who asked this question, you are speaking my language. So my favorite Pinterest board I've made, I have one that's called Cutie Patootie. I really like that one because it is kind of just a collage, a Pinterest board of my mind. Like, if my mind were to be, like, put onto a piece of paper, it would look like that Pinterest board. So that one. And you guys can, like, just look up Bethany Haven on Pinterest, and my, like, account will pull up and you'll see it. I also have this one called Yummy, and it's just a bunch of hot photos of James Spader. So I am quite fond of that one. I'm not gonna lie. I have one with my sister that is just a bunch of what we want our apartment to look like when we move out. I like that one. I also have one that's dedicated to calico critters, shared with my sister Anne Maria. This took some research. Which Deathly Hallow from Harry Potter would you take? Now, when I saw that question submitted, I had no idea what you were talking about. I gotta be honest. I have never read Harry Potter. I've only seen the first movie, and I kind of zoned out. I'm not gonna lie. And that has nothing to do with the movie. That has everything to do with me. Harry Potter was never my thing. So I don't know. I had to look this up, and I still don't have a quite an understanding of what you are asking me there. But what I think it is I think the answer I'm gonna go with is the invisibility cloak. I don't know what the Deathly Hallows are. I looked it up and it said that the invisibility cloak was one of the Deathly Hallows. I don't know. That could be wrong. But I would do that because, girl, you know how many situations I just want to get out of? Every single one. Even the good ones. I just want to go home. That's literally all I want to do. I just want to go home. I just want to go home, girl. And imagine me. Imagine me. I'm in class with people I hate, of course. And I get my attendance and I go, and then I walk out and no one sees a thing. That would be perfect. I want the invisibility cloak. I'd be all up on that, girl. Next question. I don't think I'm going to get through all of them. There's so many eggs in there, guys. There's so many eggs in there. Were you bullied for being a theater kid too? This implies that the person asking this question was bullied for being a theater kid. I'll be honest, I wasn't. I kind of grew up in the time where being a theater kid was cool. And I was not cool. So I really wasn't. I was bullied out of being a theater kid. I can tell you that. But I wasn't bullied for being one. The only time I was really in theater was when I was in middle school. And in middle school, no one wanted to do anything. So I got in pretty easily. But I'll be honest, I was bullied a lot growing up, but it was never for that. It was always because of my weight or something. Actually, I'll be honest, I was bullied way more for my personality than I was for anything. And that's the thing that stings the most. What is your favorite memory from last year and why? Well, within the last year, so 2024. I don't know, 2024 really sucked, but one of the great things that came out of it was the podcast. So probably just starting that was like a really cool endeavor for me. But I feel like that's kind of an obvious answer. So let me try to think of something else. Oh, here's a cool memory. Okay, I just thought of one. I don't know if it's my favorite because, I mean, cool things happen all the time, of course. That's just how life is. But one of my favorites, though, is the night that the Aurora Borealis, like, came to my state, or, like, my town, and you could see it in the sky, and it was, like, midnight, and my sister and I, we drove through town, like, literally all over town, like, to places where we could see it, and we got some really cool pictures of it. It was really cool. It was, like, pink. It was so cool, and I was just my sister and I, and like those moments of my sister and I just like driving in the car together, those are always going to be like my favorite moments. I don't remember if this was if this counts. This may have been right before 2024, but I'll still tell you. My sister and I got stuck in traffic once. It was on our way back up to school. And it's like a 40-minute drive from like my house to my college campus. And in that 40-minute drive, we got caught in traffic for 5 hours. Like, it was 5-hour traffic, and it was supposed to be a 40-minute drive. We were in traffic for so long that it was so bad. But I had so much fun with my sister that night, just, like, sitting in traffic, just, like, jamming to music, talking. Like, it was so fun. That's one of my favorite memories. Yeah, I love that one. Are you on any dating apps at the moment? If not, would you join in the future? How do you feel about online dating in general? Do you want me or not? Be honest. Do you just want to find me on a dating app? You can be honest. Like, I'm not going to judge you. I know I'm hot. I had a whole, like, crying fit over it earlier. I'm not on any dating apps. What was the question? I already forgot. No, I'm not on any dating apps. And would I join in the future? I might join in the future. I guess one reason I don't have it is because, like, it is dangerous. You know, you could go out with someone and get killed. I mean, it's not like, I mean, that happens all the time. And so it's, like, it's scary to do that. But, also, like, if I'm being completely honest, I've always envisioned myself, like, ideally I would meet someone in person because that's just kind of always what I wanted. It's my little, like, dream, I guess. I'm a hopeless romantic. I just always wanted to meet someone in person, you know, maybe someone I go to school with or whatever. So I haven't, like, got on the apps or anything. But, like, I don't necessarily, like, feel a certain way about online dating. I don't think there's any shame in it. I will say that. I think a lot of times people are like, oh my god, like, yeah, we met online. I don't think there's any shame in it. I think if you meet someone, you meet someone. I just want to meet someone in person because then you know they're real. But, and also it's just, like, it matches the fantasy I have going on in my head. But, yeah, I'm not on any, but maybe I will in the future. I don't know. How I feel right now is probably going to change tomorrow, so you never know. I'm crazy. What do you want to do after college? That's a good question. I think I'm going to go get my master's. I think I'm going to get my master's in, like, communications or something, because they don't really have necessarily a master's in public relations. It's more umbrellaed in communications. So I think I want to do that. I definitely want to leave the state. I want to move. Not to LA. I'm not going to do that. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I don't want to live in LA, but who knows? Maybe next week that'll be my thing. I'm like, I'm going to be in LA. But no, I don't really want to move to LA. I want to go somewhere with my sister. We want to get an apartment together, kind of start our life. Of course, I'm going to get a job. I want to make movies. I want to do, like, all kinds of things. But, like, I guess directly after college, I would get, like, a place with my sister, get a job, and then try to pursue my master's degree. So, I guess is that a boring answer? Maybe. What are your holy grail thrift finds you want to get? So, I don't know if this was asking what are my holy grail thrift finds I already have or, like, want to get, or if it's, like, half. Things I want to get. I want to find something Hungry Caterpillar related. I know that's weird, but, you know, I want something. I'm always on the search for something tomato related because I love tomatoes. And no, I don't like the taste of them. I don't like to eat them. I don't like to eat them even a little bit. I can't eat Italian food because I don't like tomatoes. And that's just the truth. But I love the way tomatoes look. So, I've kind of cracked in my studio to have a tomato thing going on. So, I love tomatoes. Anything tomato related. I really like to find little trinkets and stuff. Like, I didn't buy this myself. My sister got this for me for Christmas. But, like, stuff like this, I always love. I've started collecting salt shakers now, as you can see over there. So, I'm always looking for those. Those are, like, antique store stuff you find. Like, kind of flea markets. So, if we're talking about, like, a thrift store for, like, clothing, honestly, I've kind of not been going lately. Because they just never have anything that's gonna, like, be in my size. It's all from, like, Shein. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't want to wear that stuff. So, it's been, like, really hard. Like, the thrift game has just been not good. It's been weak, y'all. It really has. My senior year of high school was the best time of thrifting I've ever had. I have so many clothes from that time. that are just absolutely amazing. Actually, can you even see this? I can't even reach it. Okay, I have a purse over there. I have a beaded purse that I got at a Goodwill in my college town. One of the coolest finds ever. It was $5. So cool. So yeah, I'm always on the search for tomato stuff. If I ever found like something Calico Critter related, yeah, you know I'm picking that up. I also look for Pee-wee pillow pets. I know you probably shouldn't get your pillows from thrift stores, but you know, hey, I will tell you this: don't get shoes from the thrift store. Don't get shoes from the thrift store. I know it's gonna seem like it's a good offer. It's gonna seem like it's a good offer. You're gonna see some like really cute shoes, and you're like, oh my god, I want them. Don't, please. Don't, because I'm a victim of that. For too many times, I've become a victim of that. It's just not gonna be what you want. I've had shoes deflate on me before, girl, and it just ain't it. How do I get a man? When you find out, you let me know, girl. Cats or dogs? I'm allergic to dogs, so I'm gonna hit you with cats. I am allergic to dogs. I cannot be around them. And now you're thinking, Beth, don't you have a dog? I think it's time I actually tell you guys this. I've just been putting it off forever. So my dog died in July, and I just never had the heart to tell you guys, because how do you slip that in something that's supposed to be really lighthearted? But I'm telling you guys now. Rest in peace, Camp. You lived a really long life, and I love you very much still, and I always will. I had to tell you guys at some point. He died. That's so bad. I really waited too long to tell you guys. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Anyway. Okay. What book have you been reading, babes? When they put it in my comment section, it was in all caps. Okay, so I've been reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry since probably January, but my life has been so hectic, not really, but that I just genuinely, it was a good book, and it was really interesting, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm like almost halfway through, and it is really interesting, but for some reason, I just haven't picked it back up. When I read, I don't know though, but maybe I just don't really care. This is going to sound like such a read, and I don't mean it as that at all, but I read, Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I thought it was fine. Like, it was a good book. It was fine. But I was like, oh, whatever. And so I was kind of like not really interested in Emily Henry books. Nothing against Emily Henry. I mean, people love you for a reason. It's just, maybe not for me. But I was like, you know what? I keep wanting a book to read, and hers kind of seemed like the vibe I was going for. So I was like, let me pick it up again. Let me read another book. But then I haven't picked this one back up. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the writing style or what. I don't know. Because genuinely, when I was reading it, I was having a good time, but then I took a break, and I just never picked that sucker back up again. I don't know. But that's what I'm currently reading. I really need to finish it, because I don't really like the thought of not having finished a book. Although I've done it before. I have DNF before. I really have. There's no shame in it, but, I don't want to DNF that one. How tall are you? I don't know why you asked, girl. I don't know why you're trying to point me out like that. I'm 5'1". I am really short. And I used to be like, I'm 5'2", but we all know it really is just 5'1". I'm 5'1". I'm pretty short. And that's just the truth. I'm a small person. Vertically. Anyway. Advice for people who want to start a YouTube channel again. By the way, I love your channel, and you inspire me. Thank you. I love you too. I'm going to compile that question with a DM I got, actually. Someone asked, advice on starting a podcast. So I'll do both. Advice on starting a YouTube channel again. So you said again. So have you started one in the past and gave up on it? I don't know. Not that it matters. I'm curious. I think, honestly, post stuff that you genuinely find interesting for you. Like, don't post something just because it's a popular thing to do, or talk about things just because that's kind of what's going on at the moment. Don't. I suggest not being someone who hops on the trend stuff. I mean, you can if that's what you genuinely want to do, but I think talk about things and film things and do things that you genuinely find interesting, because if you genuinely find it interesting, then you're gonna like doing it, and that will keep you interested, so you'll want to keep doing it, and that'll give you a rhythm. with my podcast, I just talk about myself, and that's constantly interesting to me. So, I have a good rhythm. But the camera's going to die, isn't it? I got a new thing to help keep it alive, but I just saw the screen dim. I think it's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. So, I think if you talk about things that you genuinely find interesting, that will keep you engaged, and then you will like what you're doing, and you will find yourself interesting, so you'll want to do it. And if you are excited about what you're talking about, or interested in what you're talking about, inevitably you're going to reach an audience that likes your energy and matches your vibe, and you're gonna obtain an audience that way. I think, because you're genuinely, dude. My usage of the word genuinely, what are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing? But I hope that makes sense. I say this all the time anytime someone asks for advice on like starting a podcast or starting a YouTube channel. Do what you want to do. And I know that sounds stupid, but I see a lot of the time people will start a podcast just because everyone's starting a podcast, right? Like, it's no secret that starting a podcast is like this, like, podcasting is so oversaturated, that I think do it if you actually want to do it. Don't do it just because everyone else is doing it. Yeah. Oh, I guess because, like, I see people all the time, they start a podcast, and it's like, what are they talking about? What does this even mean? Why did they do this? Because they just sit there on their phone, they're like, so like, Kim Kardashian got a yacht, because that's what they saw when they were scrolling, and that's just what they talk about. And that's, for me, not the most interesting thing, but if I listen to someone who's talking about sharks, I don't care about sharks, but they're interested in sharks, and you can see that they're interested in sharks. Well, shoot, now I'm interested in sharks. I think that is like the key to doing something like this. Like, if you can keep yourself engaged, then you can keep other people engaged. Does that make sense? And that's the same thing with starting a podcast. If you can keep yourself engaged and keep up with it, then you can make other people do it too. Because the audience will be able to tell if you're not into it. I have an episode in the first season. I'm in an orange shirt, and it's when I'm wearing that wrist brace. I was literally, that whole episode, I was having an anxiety attack, and you guys could tell, I'm sure. So it will always translate if you're into it or not. And I probably shouldn't have recorded that day, but to be honest, my mom was like, no, this is the real you. Put it out there. And I was like, okay. So I did. But I think the audience can always tell how you're feeling. And if you are just like not into it because you're not talking about things you're into, they'll tell. They can tell. So do things that actually interest you. If you want to start a podcast or start a YouTube channel dedicated to sharks because you like sharks, then do it. Because you will get an audience. It's like a niche interest. People like those. My niche interest is myself. So I don't know. But yeah. Same thing goes for starting a podcast. Oh, I guess I should really kind of talk about podcasting specifically. Well, I think getting your podcast on Spotify is big. People really like that. And also, I'll tell you this. If you're going to start a podcast, I suggest doing video format and audio format. And when you do audio format, put it on Spotify and Apple. Because if you only put it on Spotify, you will have people literally at your back door saying, put it on Apple, okay? For like a year, I didn't have it on Apple because I like could not figure out how to do it. And I finally got it on there. And yeah, people are listening to it on there. They really did. So I would say that put it on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. I honestly really do encourage doing the video format because, and I say this, you don't need like a studio like this. I did this because I wanted to. It's kind of my thing, right? But I don't think you need like a whole studio like this to do it. Like one of my favorite episodes is when I was just in the dorm with a microphone. You could just totally do that. I think doing video format is like really cool because I think that does take away from the idea of it being a podcast. But honestly, when I'm watching a podcast, like I say watch, that's how I consume podcasts. I like to watch people. And that's like that way I do it, and I think most people do it like that. Like The most of my listens and like viewership it's YouTube, and I think that's how most people consume podcasts. So if you're gonna start a podcast, I highly encourage you to put it on YouTube as well, with like a video format where they can like see your face. But that's just me. The birds. Oh God. 5 reasons why you love life. Okay. 1 reason, Peddlers Mall. Come on, girl. 2nd reason, fashion. I love fashion. 3rd reason, because TV. I love TV shows. Especially the ones from the 70s to the early 2000s. So that was peak. 4th reason, you should have said 13 reasons why you love life. 4th reason, I don't know. Music. Yeah, that's another reason I love life. And 5th reason, my family. Because I love my family so much. Those are 5 reasons I love life. I guess those are 5 things I love about life. Not reasons I love life. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so if you can't see the situation at hand, get at hand, the egg has completely consumed my thumb. I'll take a picture. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it hurt. Anyway. Can you hear that? That's where I'm at. Okay. What is the hardest challenge you've had to overcome in your life? Much love to you, girly. Much love to you as well. Probably, I know I spoke about this before, but my junior year of high school was the worst year of my entire life. Last year, 2024 was actually pretty bad too, but my junior year was definitely the worst. Because as you guys know, I got bullied really, really bad. But another thing that happened in that year that I didn't tell you guys about was my sister also got really sick, and there was a time there I thought she was going to die. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my best friend, and that was really difficult for a really long time. So that was really hard, and in the midst of all of that, I was going through the bullying situation. So it was really, really hard. And that was definitely the hardest. And the whole bullying situation, I mean, even before my sister got sick, that whole bullying situation pushed me to, I totally spiraled. I was at the lowest I had ever been mentally, and it was really scary. And that was a challenge, choosing to live. That was really hard. It was like such a hard time. But I overcame that. I kid you not. I say graduating was the best thing that ever happened to me, but it really was. Leaving those people, it was by far the best thing that could have ever happened to me. When I was in my junior year, I should have left school. I had the decision, or I had the choice whether I could do like online school or keep going to public school. But I chose to keep going to public school because I was afraid my grades would slip if I did online. And that was, I'm not even kidding, the worst decision I could have ever made in my entire life. But, part of life is you make bad choices. So, but I'm out now, so it's fine. If you could be on The Bald and the Beautiful, what would you talk about? See, now you're speaking my language. I don't think they would totally understand where I'm coming from. Maybe I have to save it. I would like to see, if they had seen High School Musical, I would like to know their opinion on Chad and Ryan. And if they hadn't seen it, I would like to enlighten them and tell them all about it and how I think they are endgame. I really do. I think about this a lot. Like, I really do. Because I Don't Dance is one of the best songs to ever come out of High School Musical. Not even one of the best. There goes another egg. It is by far the best. That is such a good song. Yeah. I'd also like to talk about, I don't know, Trixie's from the country. Wisconsin, but she grew up in like the countryside. So I think we could both talk about that. Maybe makeup, fashion. I love fashion. Ooh, maybe we can talk about celebrity crushes. I wonder. I don't know. I feel like we can talk about anything because I'm an open book. Ask me anything you want. Clearly, we did this whole thing. But I feel like I would just ask them questions and be like, so, how'd you get started? And I would just be absolutely starstruck. Do you think being in a friend group matters in college because I only have 2? Girl, Does a friend group matter? I don't even have a friend. I have no friends in college other than my sister. That I'm not even kidding. So the only friends I have is like my sister and like Maria. And I'll tell you this, Maria, we don't even go to the same school. She goes to a different university, a much bigger one. And we hang out. We see each other at least once a year. I said that we hang out over spring break. I saw her today. I went to Walmart and I saw her there. She scared the crap out of me. I walked up to the paint and she was standing right there and I didn't even see her. And I was just like looking at the paint with my sister and she goes, Beth. And I was like, it just scared the crap out of me. But yeah, I saw her today. Anyway. No, I don't think having a friend group at all matters. I think it's always quality over quantity with friends, okay? So what, you only have 2 friends. Cherish them. Because, I mean, I think, like, as someone who has no friends, I'd love to have some, but I don't. And the friends that you do have, cherish them with all you got, because when you have someone who totally understands you, there's nothing better than that. And I don't think having a friend group in college, like a bunch of friends, is like the key to success in college, unless you're trying to get into like parties. And if that's the case, you are talking to the wrong girl, because I've never been to a party of any kind, really. So maybe if you're trying to get into a frat party, maybe having a big friend group is the way to go. But if you're just talking about like in general, I don't think having a friend group matters at all. As long as you got like somebody, or honestly, you don't even need somebody. As long as you can be in your own company, you're pretty much set. But if you got 2 friends, cherish those 2 friends. You know, quality over quantity, as long as you love them.
Oh my god, people are walking by as I'm doing this. Okay, hey you guys, it's Editing Beth. I know what you're thinking. Where are you? I'm sitting outside on my college campus. Anyway, I said in this next clip you're going to hear me say, oop, that was all the questions, because at that point it was all of the questions. But I did cut out like a huge chunk because we're already over an hour, and I just feel like I'm trying to think smart about this. Should I have an episode that's 2 hours long? Probably not.
Oh, that was all the questions. What an awful way to end that. Okay, well, but yeah, that's the end of this episode. Did I ever introduce myself? I know I didn't. This is The Buzz with Beth. Or this was The Buzz with Beth. I'm your host, Bethany Haven, and that was the episode. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I love you guys. Meow. Meow. Oh my god, wait, I want this little one. Wait, I want you. Meow.
No, because tell me why I'm sitting here and I just saw 2 guys. They were walking by, and then there was another guy over there, and then they start talking to each other. Didn't know each other from Adam. Meanwhile, I smile at someone and they look at me like, what do I have to do? I swear to God, do I have some kind of aura around me? What is this? No one freaking likes me, dude. What is this?